Ma buonasera di nuovo a tutti coloro che continuano a guardare questa fantastica serie di Genshin Impact. L'episodio, non mi ricordo, forse il 10° o il 9, probabilmente il 9. Eravamo arrivati nell'ultimo episodio, siamo stati dentro al teatro, siamo entrati dentro il teatro a vedere un'opera teatrale e ci siamo bloccati qua perché c'è una bufera di neve potentissima fuori e quindi per sopravvivere rimaniamo dentro. Mentre siamo qua, mentre dormivamo in questo bellissimo letto, abbiamo sognato di essere... C'è stato qualche problema comunque, con certe ombre, nebbia scura.
Don't look, Miss Tonya. Stay here. Okay.
What happened to them?
These two people have passed away. And the strange thing is that somehow I knew this was going to happen. I knew. Have I seen this moment before? Or
nello scorso episodio abbiamo visto scalato delle scale in sogno e eravamo insieme a loro due e un altro ragazzo, Mitya, per salvarci dalla nebbia scura, e loro si sono buttati, credo, si sono lasciati perché non ce la facevano più a salire scale.
Let me take a look.
Valerie.
No vital signs in either of them. The cause of death, however, remains unclear. No wounds on the bodies, no signs of a struggle, and no skin discoloration caused by the build.
But just last night, they were chatting and joking away.
Could they have had pre-existing medical conditions? Even then, the odds of them
Mitya qua mi nasconde qualcosa.
It's hard to believe that they died of natural causes, nor does this appear to be a suicide. Who was the first to discover the bodies?
It was me. But these deaths have nothing to do with me, officer. I got up early because I wanted to see if this... Then I noticed that the door to this room was open, and it looked like there was a man and woman inside.
Ma come ha fatto ad assassinarli se non ci sono segni di
I can
colluttazione?
corroborate this. I was doing my morning exercises near the stage. When I saw Mr. Chuganov heading this, I can also confirm that I didn't see a single person approach that room before him. The snowstorm was raging all night, and it's still going now. There's no way someone could have come in from outside, correct?
You mean an intruder? No, not possible. I slept by the door last night as a precaution. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed it.
Everyone, split into pairs and search the theater for anyone in hiding or any signs of suspicious activity.
Io e Tony assieme.
Nothing on backstage is clear. No.
È inquietantissimo, siamo già partiti malissimo questo episodio.
Are we certain that the theater doesn't have a back door? Or any tunnel or passageway wide enough for a person to fit through?
No, there's nothing like that. If people were sneaking in through some secret tunnel to avoid buying a ticket, we'd have sealed it off ages ago. I also checked the windows. All of them are locked from the inside, and there's no sign of anyone entering or leaving.
It sounds like we can safely rule out the intruder theory. If anyone came in during the night in this weather, there'd be no way for them to avoid leaving footprints or water stains.
This can only mean one thing. It's like one of those murder mysteries you see in novels and plays, isn't it? The ones where the killer is...
We can't quite jump to that conclusion just yet.
Could he be right? It's hard to imagine something like that happening in real life. Set in a theater during a snowstorm. A murder takes place, and the killer is among us. It's such a classic trope.
Looking at who the killer targeted.
È Mitya se è stato lui, se no è la nebbia là scura. Che potrebbe essere qualcosa collegato a Mitya.
Both victims were wealthy, well-known local merchants.
se non è
And the
stato
door
lui
was deliberately
direttamente.
left open, so such ruthless methods. This was your doing, wasn't it?
Lelek.
Lilac?
Wow.
You mean Lelik is among us? And he's the killer? Lelik. I know this
Questo
code name.
mi sembra
Member of the
nuova.
Rokot, anti-project. Walk me through your reasoning, Mr. Chuganov. What do you know?
What now, huh? What now, Lelik? What more do you want from me? I already voted against Project Stuja at the Snezhnograd Vecha. You snuck into my house the other day while I was asleep. Left a threatening letter. And I did all that you asked. But Project Stuja cannot be so easily shaken. Not with the rooster in charge.
So he really was threatened by Lilac. That makes sense.
And now you're resorting to murder to threaten me. Isn't that right? I knew it. The Rokot despises the rich. The lives of the wealthy are but refuse in your... Show yourself! Which one of you is Lilac, Tell me! I'll do whatever you want!
Was this really Lelik's doing? Would Odette really do something like this? If Odette really is Lelik, this seems out of character. But then again, how well, I'm probably the only one here with a
Secondo
compelling
me
theory
già
about Lelik's
sto
true
cercando di
identity.
fare dei
If I
collegamenti
reveal it now, I'll be putting Odette in the line. What
con
should I
quello che ho
do?
visto nello scorso episodio,
I don't think it's
che
likely
devo
that
dire che è stato
Lilac
veramente
killed
interessante,
anyone.
come questo.
At least from the stories I've heard.
Sto
he's
pensando
never
che
killed anyone before,
se non è
and his name has never
Odette
come up in connection
potrebbe
with
essere
any murder.
Mitia,
Besides, even if Lilac did
perché
Vodyanitsa doesn't know that Lelik might be Odette, but her assessment is pretty much
Miss Vodyanitsa, why do you suddenly feel the need...
defense. Oh, no, it's just I'm worried that we're jumping to conclusions here, so I wanted to share.
Well, if you think I'm so wrong, what's your...
The case is still evolving, Mr. Chuganov. Please do not prevent others from expressing their opinion.
Even so, there's no denying that the recent threat received by Mr. Chuganov may well be an important clue.
So there's still a good chance that Lilac is right here among us.
perché comunque Mitia abbiamo scoperto che scappa ogni tanto dalla guardia.
I can't do this anymore. I don't care if it's still snowing outside. I have...
Whoa, take a beat. We all know it's far too dangerous out there. Even the soldiers couldn't get to us. Go out that door, and whoever this Lelik is, they're surely not going to murder anyone in broad daylight. Be sensible, my man. You're safer inside.
As much as I regret having to say this, I'd like everyone to cooperate and refrain from exiting the premises until further notice. Because as things stand, every one of us is now a suspect. Unless anyone has further information to share, let's adjourn for now. Feel free to keep searching for clues.
La trama si infittisce. Non devo parlare con loro, no. Ah! Devo esaminare l'immagine. La foto. Aspetta, cosa? What? Ci sono le due persone che erano in foto. Sono cancellate. Posso pure cliccarci sopra. Questa è nuova. Oh mio Dio. Sta cosa è inquietantissima.
You're right. That was my bad. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think it through. Luckily, no one... Oh, shoot.
Since Vodyanitsa and I were on the same page earlier, I think I should share my thoughts with the Rokot.
Whoa. Are you serious? I don't know if this counts as gossip, but it's definitely on track to be the juicy Odette? Really? Odette? Oh god, how dumb does this—
Actually, it's exactly what you'd expect. Sometimes.
And now that you mention it, the more I think, what are we up to now? 1, 2, 3, Odette's identities. She's my coworker, specifically a ballerina, and also a fettus, a member of the Rocot. Now,
Ha
Lilith.
4 identità?
It must be so exhausting. I guess since I've always known
La
her
prende
as a member
abbastanza
of the
bene.
Fatui, it never even crossed my— I don't understand. If she's with the Fatui,
Probably best if you ask her that in person.
well, since you waited until now to bring this up instead of announce— Yeah. Lilac may not follow orders from the Rocot leadership, but as far as I'm we need to confront her face to—
Do you think she'd really admit to being Lilac?
I don't know. We'll have to see how
Bisogna
it
metterla
goes.
all'angolo.
For now.
Se veramente è lei.
Now's her chance. Odette's alone. Hey, Odette. What is it you— Shh. Keep your voice down. So, Alright, fine. You don't have to say anything or explain yourself. Just, none of us believes you kill innocent people. Whoever murdered those 2 people last night, the Traveler was the first to figure out your identity. But he kept quiet during the discussion just now. Still, it's clear where the group consensus is heading. Everyone believes Lilac is the culprit. If your identity is exposed, you'll be in a really bad— We're your colleagues, and we know what kind of person you— So,
Beh dai.
can you clue us in? Alright. Yes, I'm Lilac. And no, I'm not the murderer.
Vabbè, cioè.
And thanks, but I don't need you to cover for me. Actually, I'm planning to— You're gonna reveal— That's right. I'll admit, I was surprised at first when Chuganov guessed that I was here. It was just a lucky guess, but after taking some time to assess the situation and confirm where everyone stands, I don't believe I have anything— are you sure you don't need a second opinion? What?
Cosa? Signor Valerie.
So,
I don't know what game you're playing, but you've got a...
it's just one identity. So what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new identity. I made my
beh.
peace with this when I chose to
coraggio.
become Lilac. But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer. Which means that someone else is. So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd best produce the evidence now. Otherwise, I suggest that you bite your tongue. Because if you really believe I killed 2 people without making a sound or leaving a trace, pointing fingers at me would surely only make you my next target.
Is this really the truth, Miss Od—
That's confidence, all right.
A real no-nonsense attitude. I can see why Marionette said that she's on track to inherit the—
Are you seriously buying this? Hey, officer! She just admitted to being Lilac.
Ma
I do
Lilac
have
non
one
ha
question, Miss Odette.
di per sé.
Why have you chosen this moment to come forward?
If I didn't say anything, everyone would be focusing all their efforts on finding Lilac, and that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murderer get away with this crime.
Despite all the accusations, she made
Allora
a smart
adesso
choice.
Mitia
A
è
remarkable
l'unico
display of rational thinking
possibile.
under pressure.
She thought so far ahead. Ugh, why do I always feel like I'm one step behind her in everything?
You've convinced me. Dealing with the murder case remains the top priority right now. Let's put the... Nevertheless, the group still considers you the prime suspect.
I understand. You're welcome to keep an eye on me around the clock.
Mr. Chu...
For my wife and daughter's sake, I'll let you off the hook for now. But don't think you're forgiven for breaking into my house and threatening me.
Beh.
Good work, Lelek guard team. And Lelek too. Here, have some hot water.
Turns out Valeri knew about my exploits. So now I've been told I have to guard Lelek with him.
Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me? At the moment, it looks more like you're my bodyguards.
If the true culprit is indeed still at large, as you have claimed, we must keep our guard up against them.
Don't worry, Tonya. We'll get through this. Once the snow stops, the officials will step in.
But once the snow stops...
You're gonna miss us, huh? Well, some of us work at the theaters, so...
Really, Miss Vodyanitsa? That's...
Aw, you're so cute. All right, let's swear to it. I promise to give you the pass, and you...
Promise.
Bello.
Don't indulge her, Tonya. You don't have to swear an oath over things like that.
You really do get carried away sometimes, don't you, Miss Vodyanitsa?
Hey! Mind your...
C'ha ragione.
Don't be nervous, Miss Water Imp. Everyone's here. There's
Folletto
nothing to be afraid
dell'acqua.
of.
Excuse me? Do I look nervous?
No. You sound...
Oh. Wait, but how... Okay, plenty of people know that I'm a water imp, but still... How come you understand our primary mode of expression?
Primary mode of expression. I've not come across that concept before. Do enlighten me, Vodyanitsa.
Well, it's just... We water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing, rather than facial. The emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial
È un
expressions.
folletto dell'acqua.
So, we think
Pensavo la
of it as
prendessi in
our
giro.
primary mode of expression.
I'm impressed, Shram. I didn't take you for a man of culture, but
It's not about being cultured or not. The thing is, this mode of expression can usually only be understood by other water imps. And yet, you're clearly human, Mr.
It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I think I just have a knack for it. Plus, I have a... very close friend who's a water imp. Anyway, we spent so much time together that before I knew it, I noticed I could understand her expressions.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Still, the fact that you have a water imp friend...
hey, what are you implying? You're not secretly insulting the audience in your songs, are you?
Heavens! Why would I do a thing like that?
It's getting late. We should discuss our sleeping arrangements for tonight. To guard against the killer. Someone...
I suggest that we don't sleep in separate quarters tonight. It will be safer if we all stay together.
As long as someone keeps an eye on Lelek, I'm quite sure we won't have any trouble.
Are you saying that you wish to bet your life on Miss Odette being the killer?
Nonsense.
Then I propose the following arrangement for tonight.
An excellent idea. I expect that plan took you quite some time to come up with, didn't it?
Actually, our field combat manual outlines a similar approach. Although the scenario... That being said, I must clarify that I harbor no disrespect towards you personally, Miss Odette. In fact, Lelek's numerous covert operations make fine textbook examples for military agents.
I care less about respect and more about the fact that you just robbed me of 2/3 of my sleep tonight. I'm calling dibs on being the first to rest. Good night.
Ah beh. E io
It's
vado a
almost
dormire.
time. We should wake Odette. Howard? Oh, not going to argue with that.
No.
It's
Non vado a
finally
dormire.
time for Odette and I to share the night watch. I should wake her up. I came here to get information from her in the first place. Maybe I should think about what questions I'm...
How long are you gonna keep staring at me? Couldn't sleep. My mind's been running haywire. Plus, there's something I had a hunch that you wanted a conversation too. Let's take this chance to clear...
Chiacchierata con Odette.
I just had a simple question for you, really. It's, Rosaline. In her final moments, did she have any... I see. Well, no. She was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. That kind of person should be hard to meet. And yet, even though I never approved of her methods, and she was Oh, she told you. I guess that makes sense. I think she and Rosaline were on pretty good terms. Yes. Rosaline wasn't the kind to go... When I was a child, I had to join. It was extremely grueling. And it didn't exactly come naturally to me. All I could do was try to ignore the biting. I was a newcomer who'd managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. Every day was a struggle against the cold, pain, and fatigue. And most nights, I struggled. After enduring all that, I've become almost immune to the sensation of pain. I suppose, surely, any child who had to experience that, so I put an
Poverina.
equal amount of
Ma
effort
lui sta
into my
dormendo.
ballet. It was my way of telling her. The Fatui's demands and your I think she probably blamed my poor performance and training on my passion for ballet. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I knew she was there to catch me. I told her, "You don't deserve to watch the dance I learned from my mother." She looked stunned. I guess she was surprised that I lashed out. But strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. And after that, she never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She was. But even now, whenever
Non ha
I take
avuto
out
una
this core ignis,
bellissima vita,
I
devo
can't
dire.
help but think of that night. Of the look on... Sort of. Although gift might be too kind a term. This is her flame sealed within ice. A symbol of her favor, yes. But also, she knew the location of every piece of core ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be on to them immediately. So, when news of Rosaline's death reached Snezhnaya, many people immediately crushed their core ignis. It gave them a profound sense of relief, like they'd broken free. But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being as... I still wonder...
Ma non aveva
Did she
dato
really come
Paimon?
to stop me that night? I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of a shame that we couldn't settle our differences. She did. Are you sure she was talking about this event? No, she didn't. I didn't even find out that she'd gone to... Wait. In that case... Okay. I will...
There's something I'm trying to figure out. I'm beginning to suspect that Paimon's mystery illness is being... Paimon's very important to me. So I have to get to the bottom of this. I figured that since you're...
The ultimate goal of this energy experiment is to create a weapon for the final battle. The weapon's
Battaglia
construction was
finale.
completed in Notcry. Now, all that remains is to arm it with a sufficiently powerful energy. Yes, the weapon's development and all the related experiments are overseen by Lord Piero. I'm not sure why this experiment would be making Paimon feel unwell, though. The best way to get to the bottom of it would be once we get out of here. I'll help, and I'm Hardly the organization's proudest member, as you know.
What's wrong?
You two seem to be hitting it off.
I thought you were sleeping.
Of course I was. In the military, one learns to fall asleep quickly, even in the most inhospitable environments. It's vital to staying alert and energized.
Even if he was awake, he can't have overheard us.
Well, thank you both for keeping watch. Traveler, I'll take over.
Sure.
Adesso inizia il bello. Probabilmente sognerò allo stesso posto dello scorso episodio.
This is our second night here. But at least I found out a little. I hope she's been sleeping well the past. Why do I feel like. Seriously? Is this payback for when I stared at her earlier? But I. Never mind. I'd better try and get.
Ma l'ha lasciata veramente che lo fissasse? Sì, siamo tornati nel regno delle scale dello scorso episodio, perché il caricamento era lo stesso, identico, con quel Mitia. Se c'è ancora Mitia, allora è lui colpevole palesemente.
Hey,
No,
what are you spacing out for? Are you reaching your limit too?
How long have we been walking for? Do you remember?
Time's lost all meaning. Ever since we noticed that thing.
A star key? Or key star? Anyway, the person who named it was swallowed by the black mist.
nebbia
Whatever
nera.
it's called. Ever since we noticed it, we've been walking up and up. But it seems like no matter how far we walk.
Well, we've come this far.
Ma non mi vedono
Never
proprio.
know. Not again! I lost count of how many times we run into them. Careful!
Cerco di buttarli un po' di sotto, ma a quanto pare ritornano su. Fuggi dalla nebbia nera. A posto. Rigenera, grazie. Ma che...
Here they come again!
You wanna fight? Let's go!
No. Buonanotte, mi ha buttato di sotto. Mi fa proprio ricominciare, eh? A posto. Altre finestre rotte.
Monsters ahead of us. The black mist behind us.
Foolish.
It feels like there's no.
Boia.
Faster.
Ma vuoi Ok, ce l'abbiamo fatta.
Are you hurt, Coolish?
No, I'm fine. It's just...
I get you. In fact, I reached my limit a long time ago. Sometime...
Yeah. The hope that the star gives us is the only thing keeping us going. Otherwise, why would it always be out of reach?
We know you mean well, but you're only saying that to try and encourage us to keep going.
Thank you, friend. But enough is enough. Please, you're going to continue, aren't you? I admire that. I've given up, but...
E probabilmente anche loro moriranno. Beh, in realtà è vicina, eh?
It's not an illusion. We really are getting closer to the star.
Congratulations. You're the first person to make it here. I'm the star's envoy. The black mist has stopped rising. Its hunger is satisfied for now, having devoured your two companions. This is a good opportunity. I'll let you get some rest before we continue. What do you mean? Like, congratulations on reaching the starting point. Once you are ready, we will head out and walk upwards. I will be right by your side the whole way. Huh? What's wrong? Hey, don't give...
Ma che... emissario della stella? È un loop infinito. Finché non moriranno tutti, probabilmente.
Rampana! Rampana!
Is that...
Coolish, wake up!
Ma chi è che sta parlando? È il narratore? È tipo il narratore. Altri due se ne sono andati.
The situation is identical to that of the two casualties yesterday.
At least there are some elements that we can rule out this time.
Ok, Mitya si sta... mi sembra abbastanza tranquillo.
Weren't some of us keeping watch last night?
Prima Mitya, poi
Three of us,
Odetta.
in fact.
Prossimo che sarà Alicia.
I'm as confused as you are. Certainly nothing unusual happened on my watch.
Likewise, and from what I've observed so far, both Miss Odette and the Traveler can be trusted.
To be honest, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I couldn't help but think I was the target. I heard the Traveler and Lelic chatting, but otherwise I don't recall hearing any
Me too. I didn't want to wake everyone up, so I was concentrating hard, trying not to cough.
Then, what could possibly be causing this? I worked closely with Rampana and Coolish for so long. I never imagined that one day they'd... And on this stage of all places...
4 victims in just 2 days. And we still don't have a I need to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. And above all, keep Tonya safe. I'd never be able to look Child in the eye.
Still snowing?
Yes, I just checked. Still no sign of anyone outside either.
So we only have ourselves to rely on.
If you ask me, this killer can clearly strike whenever they please. The Night Watch was a useless endeavor. Lelic must be an expert in poisoning. Clearly she used some poison that can't be detected on the corpse.
Here we go again.
Listen, I was already thinking to myself last night, was Lelik's reason for revealing her identity the real story? Well, now I have my answer. It most certainly was not. She's been playing us for fools. You get off on this, don't you? Revealing your identity, only to carry on with your killing spree?
That's a hideous thought. One that only a hideous mind like yours could dream up.
How?
That's enough. Yesterday, you named Lelik as a suspect because the victims were both wealthy merchants. Lelik might have, but today's victims were just ordinary people. Not to mention that they were colleagues of Odette and mine.
Who knows? Maybe you don't know her as well as you think. I implore you all to ask yourselves, how many people are there really in this world that have what it takes to... Lelik is well known to be a ruthless operator, and now she has revealed her identity. How could it...
Everything you said so far is still just...
How can you defend her, officer? Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. You all so you can get your grubby paws on our hard-earned fortune. Don't you dare!
Sir, but you were the one who told us not to stop other people from expressing their opinions yesterday. 4 people have already died. Only yesterday I was chatting with Mr. Cool. Turning against one another is the last thing we should be doing.
Little girl.
Even if Mr. Chuganov is a puffed-up, pig-headed windbag who doesn't have a clue what he's talking about, he's still one of the victims here, isn't he?
Mamma mia, se non ci fosse stata lei.
I had no intention of resorting to violence. But you're right, Miss Tonya. I ought not prevent him from speaking. In any case, I believe Mr. Chuganov has calmed down a little now. We may resume our discussion.
I don't think there's any need for that. What is there to discuss? Nothing about this situation is normal.
Did you have an idea, Mitya? You're the brainiac here.
I've been mulling something over. All the leads we have so far concern things from outside the theater. But then there's the 2 double murder crime scenes themselves, which have given us absolutely nothing to go on whatsoever. That's highly unusual.
So what are you suggesting?
I think this could be a supernatural event. It isn't characteristic of human-on-human homicide at all.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you supposed to be a scientist?
I got into scientific research because of my insatiable curiosity. But if the present situation defies all known scientific explanations, I don't mind
Now that you mention it, I remember when I first came to the theater. I heard rumors about this place being haunted. Haunted?
Yeah, I think I heard the same thing.
Adesso i fantasmi.
This has taken an unexpected turn. A haunted theater? If Paimon were...
Why don't we take this opportunity to look for clues again with a more open mind? Maybe a different perspective will help us see something different.
Very well.
Mamma mia, che episodio! Dubito che si possa ingrandire. Potrebbe essere la sciarpa. Beh, adesso sì che ho un bel po' di dubbi. Potrebbe essere Mitya, potrebbe essere la sciarpa. Odette non può più essere. Mi siedo qua. Siediti. Odette non può più essere. Abbiamo cercato degli indizi su questa foto. Se voi vedete qualcosa, potete dirmelo tranquillamente. Se invece avete visto già il finale di questa missione, per favore non spoileratemi nulla. Quindi con questa felicissima nota, queste felicissime 2 morti e felicissime note, io vi saluto con... Guardami. Ok, con Ater seduto qua che si beve una bella tazza di tè. Noi ci vediamo in un prossimo video. Ciao.